Our specialty is custom ordered upholstery. Get the furniture you want and the fabric and color selection you want. With our free design service, we won't let you make a mistake.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, good evening and welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Caleb Edelblut here in the Room to Room Weather Center, and I'm so glad I get to finish up my weekend here with y'all. I know it's a 3-day weekend, but Matt and Maggie will be excited to be back here starting tomorrow. But it has been a beautiful Labor Day weekend, and it's been a dry Labor Day weekend. But thankfully, those rain chances will start to come on back in the next coming days, and I'm going to track that out here for you here in the Room to Room Weather Center. So make sure to pack an umbrella for the start of the work week. And I know it's Sunday night. We see the 2 words work week. Never like seeing that, but thankfully, still a 3-day weekend. That doesn't count for tomorrow. We're packing an umbrella for Tuesday. Labor Day, it will continue to stay dry. It's going to stay dry for most of us. We still see that expectation for some afternoon showers, but for North Mississippi as a whole, we will continue to stay dry. And of course, I wanted to give an update on the tropics because there was an increase in that confidence level, I think, during the 6 o'clock broadcast. So I wanted to share what's been updated here on this broadcast for Mississippi Live Weather at 10. But taking a look at North Mississippi and all the cameras, big thank you to the North Mississippi Storm Chasers for providing these. This is out in Crenshaw showing 70 degrees, feels like 72. So it's 10 o'clock and we're already almost in those upper 60s. Beautiful conditions outside. Not much wind going on out there, but still, we're not really craving that wind. It is beautiful out there for any late night Sunday evening plans. Same thing out here in Kosciuszko, 70 degrees, but you already are in the upper 60s in the feels like values. So 68 degrees, 0 mile per hour winds, beautiful conditions continuing across North Mississippi. We can see this across the entire viewing area, showing those 70s and even mid 60s already showing up. Amory, 66 degrees. I'll be curious to see. Okay, feels like values. You're bumping up a little bit. Can't have it too good compared to all of us, but still, feels like values are amazing. Starkville actually coming in around 64 degrees. So for all my friends out there, I know y'all are having a great time this evening. But I wanted to give an update on what's to expect for the first 12 hours. You can see 11 o'clock. By the time we're wrapping up this broadcast, wrapping up our evening plans, overnight plans, we're already pushing those upper 60s. So 70 degrees by 11 o'clock, into the 60s by those early AM hours. And then we can start seeing some of those rain chances start to pop back up in our morning. Not as confident on these, a little more confident on those afternoon showers, but I'll continue to break that down here in the forecast. Then, of course, we'll be ramping back up into the 80s. When I say ramping, it's not like we're going to start getting hot, but it's still the 80s. It's still Mississippi, but definitely below average seasonable temperatures are what we're going to experience tomorrow. Looking at our Mississippi Live Weather Radar, this is definitely not precipitation. It is still in clear air mode, just trying to find something out there in the atmosphere to pick up on and shoot that signal back. And there's nothing going on. I can put this loop for the past, let's go 12 hours. Let's go big. And it has been absolutely dry. I mentioned on the 6 o'clock broadcast, that little rain shower kind of moving through south of Chula towards Kosciuszko, but for North Mississippi, it has been pretty much bone dry, but still beautiful nonetheless. It has been a beautiful Labor Day weekend, and we still get one more day to celebrate this 3-day weekend, and we're going to look forward to it. So looking at Doppler radar showing that high pressure system up north, pretty much keeping the entire eastern portion of the United States dry. That stationary front, well, I mentioned it yesterday. There was a low pressure system down the Gulf, cold front towards the right, stationary front towards the left. Now it's just completely stationary, providing some lift for some activity down there. But for Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, like I mentioned earlier, eastern part of the United States, we are staying dry as of right now. Those rain chances will start to pick up later. Looking at Futurecast, we can see those pretty much dry, calm conditions thanks to that northerly wind. That has been the dominant force of this forecast. It is just pumping in that dry air. There's no moisture coming up from north. We would usually see that moisture from the Gulf, but since the winds are coming from the north, we're not really seeing that right now, which is responsible for all this dry weather we've been having. We can continue into the futurecast showing some moisture trying to build in around 1:30 in the morning, but most of that moisture will be cloud cover, but even that is still pretty sparse across North Mississippi, showing that moisture moving in from Arkansas. This is almost a copy and paste from that model projection we had last night talking about Sunday morning, and those showers didn't happen. So I'm still not as confident with these, but it is our dry season. We love seeing these rain chances, so we will welcome them with open arms. Just not as confident for these. This is around 9 in the morning. You can start seeing the return of those southerly, southeasterly winds, kind of bringing in that moisture. So maybe we could get some rain chances up in the northwestern part of our viewing area as we start off our Monday. But it will still mostly be dry for our Labor Day. You can see those dry conditions pretty much coming back into focus by the time we're getting towards lunchtime, and most of those showers kind of moving more south towards the Jackson area in Mississippi. Now, those best chances of rainfall will be Tuesday, so we still get to enjoy a dry Monday, a dry weekend technically with the 3-day weekend, but those rain chances will start to get more substantial, you could say, into our Tuesday. Pretty much 1/4 of an inch for half of our viewing area. Then you can see 1/2 of an inch out in Hamilton and Franklin County right there. And then the most northern portion of North Mississippi. So it's not a lot, but definitely something that we will take here in North Mississippi with how dry we've been. But forecast of rainfall for the next 5 days, I can start populating some values for y'all. Pretty much for, I mean, you could say half of the viewing area. That's about 1/2 of an inch, which is improvement from what we saw for Tuesday, but 1/2 of an inch encompassing most of the viewing area. Then we can start seeing 3/4 of an inch closer towards the Alabama state line, and then definitely well into Alabama, getting more of those 3/4 of an inch and definitely towards an inch and above outside of our viewing area. So rain is on the way, but we get to enjoy these beautiful dry conditions until then. So it's kind of a give or take forecast. Just can't have your wins without some losses, but you have to have the right mindset. Look at the next 24. Still beautiful conditions. You can see these 10% kind of sprinkling in to our next 24-hour forecast. Still pretty much dry. Most of us will remain dry. Only a select lucky few could get those rain showers, starting off around the mid-60s, working our way up slowly towards those upper 80s, but those feels like values not really pushing us into the low 90s. So still beautiful conditions will continue for our Monday and into the rest of our work week. I'll of course continue breaking down what does the work week look like once it starts, because thankfully 3-day weekend. We're not starting tomorrow, and I will see what those rain chances look like, where they can occur, and what to expect. Coming up live here in 1 minute.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us at Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Caleb Edelblut here in the Room to Room Weather Center. And here's another beautiful picture sent in by weather watcher Marley out at Enid Lake, showcasing beautiful clear skies, beautiful horizon, beautiful lake. Just everything about this forecast is beautiful, and we love to see it here in North Mississippi. So thank you for sending in this picture. We love to see what y'all have been doing on this Labor Day, because I know most of our plans should have been outside with how amazing these conditions have been. We can see these amazing conditions with this perfect view out in Macon showing 73 degrees, feels like 72, but I mean, look at this. Clear skies just illuminating the moon. See some of those like little rays coming off the camera lens. I mean, picture perfect. And this is a great way to end our Sunday evening and start into our Monday morning. You can see the same thing out here in the Batesville showing 68 degrees, feels like 68. So still entering those upper 60s, and we'll probably still lower and get in closer to the mid 60s, closer to when we're wrapping up this broadcast and getting closer towards midnight. Still some clouds off in the distance, but pretty much mostly clear skies, especially up here, just showcasing those beautiful conditions across the entirety of North Mississippi. And it's just going to continue to stay like that. Edinburgh out here, 70 degrees, feels like 68, not much wind. Don't really need that wind. It is still amazing out here. Day planner looking ahead, you can see pretty much, oh, I'm going the wrong way, I'm so sorry. 11 o'clock, 70 degrees, definitely almost pushing into those upper 60s, but then getting there around 2 o'clock, and then 5 a.m. reaching those mid 60s, and a beautiful start to our Monday morning commute if you want to have one. We can have a lazy Monday morning. That's totally fine. It is Labor Day. And I think I just went off air, or my TVs just went off. I think I'm still live, but my TVs are off. So I'm going to let me check chat, see if I'm still going. Hello, can y'all hear me? Am I still live right now? Well, give me 1 second. Ooh, River. Okay, I don't know if y'all can hear me, but River just sent in a good question in the chat asking, can you talk about the possibility of us seeing the Northern Lights over the next 2 nights? I'm going to have to get on that because I love the Northern Lights and I've always wanted to see that. So I will look into that. Okay, my uncle's in the chat. He said I'm still on. Perfect. Okay, I'm assuming, can y'all still see the screen? Are y'all looking at Futurecast right now? And once I step back on, okay, everyone's saying live. All right, well then I'm going to keep going. And then I think we're fine. Okay. Mississippi Live weather at 10. You never know what could happen late at night. But coming back to North Mississippi in the Futurecast, not a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. Let's see if Barron's still working. It's not letting me click. Let me walk off one more time. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Let's see. Let's start this. Start back. There we go. All right, perfect. We know what to do here. There we go. All right, coming back to the Futurecast, you can see not a lot of moisture here in North Mississippi, pretty much clear skies for most of us in North Mississippi. Most of that cloud cover will start to come in from Arkansas, Tennessee, but that's the extent of the moisture that we're going to see overnight. It's pretty much going to be clear skies, and it just shut off again. What is happening? I want to tell the forecast. I've worked on this between the 6 and the 10. Let me see if I can skip this. Lows, let's talk about the lows. All right, y'all can see the lows. Let's try this and see if I can keep moving from here. All right. Oh, okay. My TV screen, do y'all still see Futurecast? It's supposed to be showing lows right now. And it's not showing lows on my end. But if it's showing lows on your end, I'm going to have to do this a little differently tonight and forecast from the computer. Or we're about to just have to shut this down and call Matt. Y'all can hear me. Well, this is weird. Okay, I cannot get this to work. So I'm going to see if I can call Matt real quick, see if I can jumpstart this. And maybe we can go live in the next few minutes if it's a quick fix. If not, I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's evening. Yep, they're saying it's still on Futurecast. Should be showing lows right now. Okay, I'm going to see if I can try to fix this. If this is a quick fix, I'll try to send out a notification and see if we can keep talking about the forecast. If not, I know Maggie and Matt will take care of y'all starting off in the morning and into y'all's evening forecast. So it's been a pleasure serving y'all this weekend. I've enjoyed it. It's been an amazing 3-day weekend. Looking forward to Monday as well. So y'all have a great night. Hopefully I will be back here in the next few minutes if I can get this fixed. But if not, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's Monday evening.